Fellas, we got some new merch available on our website, crowncinema.com. Bring back good movies. We all miss them. And we have a Crown Texas flag on the front. Cool for the summer. We also got hats available, so if you're a fan of the show and want to support us, check out some merch. You can look good while you're doing it. All right, let's get in the episode.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crown Cinema Podcast. In this episode, we are breaking down
and literally just watched
The Gentleman. That is Guy Ritchie at peak Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, this was nice of him to do because I think he had just done two big ones before this.
Oh, what did he do?
Well, he did Arthur,
right?
And he also did Aladdin.
That's right.
Right.
I forgot he did that. That was before this?
I thought so. Yeah.
Yep. Right. Yeah. Right before.
Yeah. But yeah, which I did not know when I saw Aladdin in theaters. I did not know that he did that. But it makes so much sense that Guy Ritchie was chosen to do Aladdin. It's like the perfect Disney character. Just kind of the conniving thief that's lighthearted.
Fair. Yeah.
You know, like if you're going to give Guy Ritchie a Disney movie,
give him the criminal Disney movie.
Give him the criminal where the guy's like poor and broke and, you know, kind of reaches to the top. And, you know, because there's like themes in there that are dark, like just story wise, but like you have to make it lighthearted.
Yeah.
You know, and Guy
Still
Ritchie
kids movie.
loves doing that. And that is why this movie is just fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's just so much style.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally just Guy Ritchie having fun. The whole movie is Guy Ritchie literally having fun.
That's just like the best part too. It's like, you know, from pretty much the opening scene, like, okay, Guy Ritchie's got it.
Yep. Guy
Ritchie not only understands exactly what vision he wants, but he's having fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can just tell, just the whole creativity of Fletcher, played by Hugh Grant, laying out the story in script format.
Right.
You're like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, just like allowing, because once you do that, that's like the nice part about like Fletcher doing that is that it just lets Guy Ritchie get as creative as he wants with telling the story.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. Yeah. It kind of feels like Fletcher is almost Guy Ritchie in a sense.
Yeah.
Because there's things that Fletcher will say where he's kind of like, it's almost like it's Guy Ritchie breaking the fourth wall through his character. I think I have something written down where he says, oh, okay, hold on. Let me pull it up so I can know exactly what they said.
Well, there's a scene where he like, the one that comes to mind immediately, it's kind of in the beginning, but I feel like it's Guy Ritchie, like you're saying, breaking the fourth wall, where Fletcher says something just completely ludicrous that Mickey's right-hand man, what's his name in this film?
Hold on.
We gotta
Damn
get
it,
that.
I know this.
Yeah. I did
Ray.
Too.
Yeah.
Where he says something completely ludicrous that he knows for a fact that Ray knows the exact truth. Oh, it's whenever Mickey meets Dry Eye.
Mm-hmm.
And he like puts him on the ground and like starts pointing the gun at him.
Yeah.
And Ray's like, Fletcher, like, what are you talking about? You're getting ahead of yourself there. He's like, I'm just making sure you're paying attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like kind of hooking the audience in if he had lost you for a little bit. Now Matthew McConaughey's got a gun pointing at Dry Eye and you're like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah.
So
that scene's kind of interesting because it's almost like so you could call that a redundant scene. Like, what's the point of even doing that besides just style? Why would you write in a fake scene to just like pause the storyline for a little bit? But what it really does is it lets the audience know that, yes, we are hearing a story from somebody in a script format. So there's going to be some liberties taken. But when you see the crazy stuff that's about to happen that he's going to explain that you watch throughout the rest of the movie, you know that Ray is going to stop him when he's lying. So anything else that's crazy, you could, if you didn't, he's telling a story. So if anything else happens that's crazy, you could be like, oh, I bet that didn't actually happen. He's just fictionalizing it. But having him say a lie, getting caught by Ray, then the rest of the crazy stuff that doesn't get stopped by Ray, you're like, holy fuck, that's how the story went.
Yeah.
So it adds that little flavor. Because when I first saw it, I'm kind of like, that seems like it's redundant. Maybe that's just a critique. Could be it's just Guy Ritchie just having style for really no reason.
Yeah.
Which he maybe does a little bit in this movie, but
I think a little bit. I mean,
there's a little bit of reasoning for it. And it's for what I just said.
No, yeah, it's beautiful storytelling. In fact, because like that is the whole point, is that like Fletcher, just the way that he like puts himself out there, just the way that his character is.
Yeah.
You can just tell that he's just kind of all over the place and that he kind of lives for the dramatic. So yeah, like it's nice that it's just perfect that Ray gets to stop and like tell the audience like pretty much like, hey guys, not true.
Right.
That type of thing.
So hold on, let's play this scene because he says something that I'm pretty sure this is just Guy Ritchie breaking the fourth wall.
Fletcher, why are you wasting our time?
So it's kind of interesting because it's like almost like it's Ray's playing the audience of like, why are you wasting our time without this backstory? Why are you leading it up this way? Like, what's the point of all this? Like, come on, let's cut to the chase. Maybe some critics of Guy Ritchie is spoken through Ray's character here. And then what Fletcher says is probably what Guy Ritchie feels because he's writing.
I find you very impatient, Raymond. I am a storyteller. As they say in a film game, I'm laying pipe. Well, you better put something through it soon. So what is that? Is that a barbecue as well?
So then he breaks to not go to the point. He's like, Guy Ritchie's like kind of breaking the fourth wall. Like, I know y'all want me to get to the point, but I'm just going to have fun, and has a break to something that's not related to the story.
Yeah.
So I feel like Fletcher is almost being Guy Ritchie in these scenes where Guy Ritchie can kind of speak through the character. And what's also interesting of why I also said it's so much of a Guy Ritchie movie is because in this scene, that table there, the little grill table, that's Guy Ritchie's design. He sells those tables.
He made that?
So he gives himself a little commercial. You can buy those. He loves to grill and loves the barbecue, as they call it out in England.
Yeah.
And so that table, he gives him like a little mini commercial because he designed the table to keep your knees warm, keep your legs warm, and you can also grill and also sit around and hang out with your buddies around the table while you're cooking meat.
I had no idea about
So that's literally Guy Ritchie's own table. So when you hear Fletcher talk about it, he gives it like a little promo, basically.
Yes, it is, Fletcher. I love a Barbie. That is a useful bit of plant then, isn't it? So that heats up your knees and cooks at the same time. You've got to show me how to get one of them.
That's right.
Now that I know that's actually just an ad placed in a film, that's just genius.
And then there's another ad that Guy Ritchie does for himself too. It's kind of multi-layered here. In the beginning, the opening scene, when you think McConaughey's character gets shot with his pickled egg and his beer, the beer he pours, I'll just go to it for reference here. It's called... That's from the Ritchie Brewing Company, which is a real brewing company that Guy Ritchie owns, and also a pub that he owns. And also that English lore is one of his brews. So that beer is a Guy Ritchie beer.
Wow.
So another little promo he's got for himself there where he put his own beer into the thing. If you have your own beer, you got to throw it in there, right?
All of this is just a commercial.
Basically.
That's all this was. The Gentleman was just a Guy Ritchie commercial.
Yep. And then, well, I guess so.
Shit sells.
The Ritchie is in the pub. I apologize. The glass, it reads on it, it's called Lore for the Land, which is the pub that he owns. So he owns the Lore of the Land pub. So just Guy Ritchie throwing his little things in there.
He's, as if he didn't make enough money from directing Aladdin.
Yeah, seriously. And then another little tie-in to Guy Ritchie doing a semi-commercial for himself is that whenever at the end of the movie, Fletcher walks into the studio to try to sell his script, you notice behind him, the man from U.N.C.L.E. is the poster behind Hugh Grant.
Really?
Yep.
Smash.
The man from U.N.C.L.E. is right there behind him.
Okay.
Guy Ritchie movie. I'm pretty sure Hugh Grant was also in that movie.
Oh, really?
Let me double check. I haven't seen that movie, so sorry for.
Yeah, and I said something earlier.
Hugh Grant is in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I said something earlier, like just now, about like Guy Ritchie, like as if he didn't make enough money from Aladdin. Really, I feel like now this film is like, all right, I went and did some big stuff. I made some big bucks. Look at some of the cool toys I got.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look what I developed in the past few years, dude, with my money.
Yeah. Can you believe it? They gave me a pub.
Yeah.
They let me have beer and I made a grill, which is actually kind of nice. You'll appreciate it.
And then like a little Easter egg again in the scene is that when he walks out, it gets revealed that he's in the Miramax studio, which is the studio that made this movie.
Competition. Think about that. Got a plane to catch. I'm not gone.
He's at Miramax Films.
This film's just for everybody.
Yeah, so a little Easter egg there where he's trying to sell it to the production company. And then another little fun fact to tie this in, another one is that he asked for $20 million from Matthew McConaughey, and that was actually the budget of this movie. It was $20 million. So he just wove all of his stuff into this movie. And then I also say it's also a Guy Ritchie movie just from the feel and the edit and the unapologetic style he has, because when you hear Fletcher in the beginning, when he is talking to Ray and kind of laying out the whole story at the beginning of the movie of what his whole script and wants to play a game with Ray. When he talks about the film, he's like, talking about analog, not digital, leave the grain on the film. Another Guy Ritchie probably speaking to the character. But then
Definitely.
the just cuts to the camera like out of style. He like cuts to the camera projector starting up a few times, and he also shrinks the frame a little bit to just break the fourth wall again. So he just adds these like stylistic things because he's Guy Ritchie. He's like, fucking, I'm gonna do cool shit in my movie because I want to. Yeah. So it's just Guy Ritchie just literally having fun in this movie, and you can tell that from every aspect.
He cracks me up, bro. Because there is a YouTube video that I saw where it's like Matthew McConaughey and Guy Ritchie and a couple of the other cast members. And they're like just quote unquote breaking down a scene. They're just like kind of targeting. They're literally just like having fun, just reminiscing on the set and everything.
I did watch that.
Nice. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just funny that like in this film, you kind of, for me at least, I'm like, okay, it looks like Guy Ritchie is kind of stating his input on some, I don't know, just like political type thing. More so like, should weed be legal?
Yeah.
You know, not American, but like, you know, I guess we're in England in this film.
Yeah, the UK.
Yeah, we're in the UK. And so it kind of seems like he's putting the staple through Matthew McConaughey's character of like, weed should be legal. He's pro weed.
Sure, yeah.
You know, because at one point, Mickey says he was like, you know, like I picked the drug that doesn't kill people, you know, that kind of thing. But then come to find out, Guy Ritchie's like, I actually don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he has no real opinion.
He's like, I have no opinion on it whatsoever. You can do whatever you want.
I just find it interesting.
Yeah, I was like, I'll be damned. Like Guy Ritchie, he just, you know, he's like,
not making honestly, a stance.
He's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was like, this whole time I thought he was like kind of trying to take a stance on this.
Yeah.
By giving us a character who, because let's be honest, I mean, the weed business illegally is that. It is like a drug kingpin. It gets dangerous. It gets dirty.
Yep.
But in this film, he makes it like a legitimate business, or like as much as he can.
Yeah, as high crime as you possibly can. Where it's pretty professional, despite the crime you have to commit in order to protect your share of everything. Yeah. But yeah, it is like a full blown business operation. Like there ain't no like there's budgets probably. There's accountants on this shit. They got a whole plan worked out to where this shit they don't get caught. And McConaughey is a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
Doing this. Loaded. Yeah. Where 20 million isn't a huge ask to pay.
Yeah.
It's a big number but Hugh Grant's character, Fletcher, is like, I only want like a small piece. I know he's a very, very wealthy man. Yeah. He's about to sell his business for $400 million. Yeah. You know?
Hey, if you're enjoying the episode so far, why don't you just go ahead and like and subscribe? Okay. Now back to the episode. But yeah, I mean, you know, it was, again, Guy Ritchie fashion. Because he's like kind of making these lighthearted jokes throughout the whole film that makes you like feel comfortable, you know, all that. This is a dark film. There's a lot of fucked up stuff going on in this one.
Yep.
Okay. You got kids addicted to heroin. You got kids overdosing on heroin.
Yep.
You got kids falling out of windows. There's a guy that gets fucked by a pig.
No, he fucks a pig, I think. Whatever happens
is bad.
Yes.
It's a pretty messed up film, like all things considered. But you just don't even realize it because like all these guys, that's the thing with Guy Ritchie characters is like all these, it's kind of like The Snatch or like
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Thank you. Like all the characters, even when they're put in situations that they should be freaking out about, they somewhat seem to have some control over what's going on.
Yep.
You know?
Like his little character. He does good at building these worlds with these unique characters, pretty similar to how Tarantino kind of does it.
Yeah.
So they're kind of similar. They have their own styles, but they kind of do enjoy that world building and just characters that are so used to these insane worlds that normal people will be like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
These characters are just like, it's just another Tuesday.
They're exactly. Yeah. It's just another day in the life.
Yep.
And Guy Ritchie just happened to be rolling the camera on this.
Right.
You know, so it is fun. It is fun to watch him just have that full control over it.
It's also kind of funny to have seen this movie and then this TV show comes out. So it's like Guy Ritchie made this movie and he was like, hold on, there's a whole nother story in this whole deal. Yeah. How about that come up? How about the perspective of the lords that are doing it? And then we get to see the Gentleman TV show, which is pretty cool.
Actually, yeah, I have not seen the TV show.
Haven't?
I have not.
It's good.
I've not. My mother has seen the show and hasn't seen the movie.
Oh.
So I was like, we'll swap.
Yeah.
You should. Yeah, I need to watch the show.
It's not related at all to the movie, but it's the same exact world.
Yeah.
It's just the characters aren't the same. There's no real connection to it. It's just he took the ideas from this movie, like this world character, not characters, but the type of characters.
Yeah.
And then just made a whole show about it from the Lord's perspective. And
That's awesome.
the Lord gets into it, and he actually starts to like the crime business. So he kind of dips his toe into it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a cool show. There's some, I kind of felt there's some repetitiveness in the episodes.
But
it's
it is Guy Ritchie.
No, Guy Ritchie made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just funny to me that he made the movie and he was like, wait, I got something else in store with this whole world. I spent too much time with this fucker to just to make one movie out of it.
Well, because I think when this came out, a lot of people wanted the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, I mean, and he even kind of hinted. He was like, "No, what you got is the sequel."
Yeah.
I love Hugh Grant's delivery in this film of Fletcher. Kind of like a Austin Powers vibe to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just the whole time when I think I'm just waiting on Fletcher to say like, "Do I make you horny, baby?"
Yeah.
I
mean, that's what he wants to say to Ray. He's got a thing for Ray.
Got a thing for Ray. He's a handsome guy.
You'd think with Ray of who he is, he would want to fight him, beat him up for how suggestive he's getting. But I think it's just like, that's just how this guy is.
Yeah.
Let him. He's also waiting for information.
He's a patient man. Yeah.
He doesn't want to ruin what he's going to get.
He's pretty much got everything he needs on Fletcher, but he's like, may as well get the full scoop of what exactly Fletcher has done.
Right.
But yeah, Guy Ritchie even puts in his input on like people using the race card. Thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Through Colin Farrell, who, by the way, what the fuck? Colin Farrell just playing a minor character in this film.
And has a great Irish accent.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit sounds like Conor McGregor.
No, it is nuts.
Fucking.
Yeah, you have Colin Farrell, arguably, as far as actors go, I think a lot of people will put him in a top 10.
That man's got some range.
He's crazy. And he's just a minor character in this film.
Yep.
But he steals the show. It's kind of nice that Guy Ritchie, like, essentially, like with Fletch, you've got another character named Mickey, played by Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
It just, he's not like I guess actually, did I say Fletch?
Fletch, maybe.
I meant Snatch.
Oh, okay.
not the Chevy Chase movie.
Right.
From like the 1970s.
Yes.
No, in Snatch, Mickey is kind of the minor character in comparison to Jason Statham's character.
Mm-hmm.
But Mickey steals the show.
With Brad Pitt?
Yeah, with Brad Pitt. And then in this film, you get that with Colin Farrell playing the coach. And he absolutely does. And he just makes you feel so safe. Just a nice guy.
Yeah, a cool kind of tie. This might be going a little too deep on like the connections here, but it's like Colin Farrell will always bring it. So he's like a safety net in a scene. If you put Colin Farrell in the scene, his performance is going to shine through. And again, like you said, he's going to steal the scene or steal the show. I mean, So you're safe when Colin Farrell's in a scene because he's just going to bring it every single time.
Yeah.
And so his character is the same. His character just comes in clutch a few times.
Every time, yeah.
Like without even being asked, he's like, "Oh yeah, I did this for you. Don't worry, it's all good." Like he's just a really good criminal.
Yeah.
Just like he's a really good actor in real life. So like he comes in to save the day.
Yeah.
Similar to how Colin Farrell will come in and save the day if you need him.
Yep.
It's kind of a funny little connection there.
Yeah, it is. But then back to like the whole little race car. Guy Ritchie, 2020. This is a pretty this is pretty touchy time to be saying some of the stuff that he has his character saying.
Yeah, one of them is Fletcher when he's talking about dry eye. He says, hold on, I'm just going to go to it because he uses an Asian accent to describe something.
Yes,
like,
he does.
Holy shit.
Because, this is one of those films where I'd never watched it with the subtitles on, but for the sake of watching, or for the sake of doing this podcast, like I wanted to like actually just make sure like, all right, I need to know like everything that he's saying.
Right.
Yeah, dude, I already know what you're talking about with what Fletcher says.
I think it's here. We'll see.
Rations to kill.
Rations to kill. What?
Like a Chinese James Bond. Rations to kill.
Bro,
that's crazy.
In
2020. Yeah, it's still like kind of crazy now, but 2020, I mean, Jesus Christ, dude, the world shut down, but the world was also on fire too.
They try to shut down Shane Gillis's career talking like that.
Yeah. So there's that. Then when Mickey meets Dry Eye for the first time, he starts going off on this fable, just talking about like, I'm the lion and you're the dragon. That's kind of in your face too. Like, nothing as crazy as rations to kill. Then you hear Chinaman said like a couple times, a few times in this film.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute.
You can't say that.
Yeah, I was like, hold on. I found that out a year ago that's a bad one.
Yeah.
You can't say that. But they say it. Then there's another moment where Mickey has like busted Matthew.
Okay.
And he knows that Mickey knows that Dry Eye and Matthew were working together.
Right.
But Matthew's like, I have no idea who that is. All this. And Mickey says something along the lines of like, no, you just mistook him for another Chinaman. You just didn't recognize him. You didn't realize it was the same person. Something like that. And it was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Just saying like all Asian people look the same.
Yeah.
And so Guy Ritchie, some bold decisions.
He puts one line in the movie to kind of let you know that he gives himself a pass. Or like, I'm allowed to say this because I'm just having fun with the actors. All right. I'm not being serious because it's whenever they're in the boxing ring with Colin Farrell, one of his main guys of the toddlers, the fighting crew he's got.
Yes. There's also
somebody calls him black cunt.
Yes.
He's like, that's racist. He's like, no. He's like, you are black and you are cunt. So those are just facts.
Yeah.
Why aren't you training your black cunt?
You can't do that, that's racist.
But you are black and you are the cunt, Ernie. Those are the facts.
The fact that I'm black has nothing to do with the fact I'm a cunt.
He was being specific to you. One has nothing to do with the other. And I'd go a step further, if I'm not mistaken, and say it was a term of familiar affection.
Well, he wasn't talking about your people. He's talking about you.
Yes, exactly. So he's like, he wrote himself a pass. He's like, guys,
yeah.
did you watch the movie? I'm okay. I can do this thing. Okay. I'm friends with all these people. All right.
Yeah.
I'm just having fun.
Yeah. So pretty dicey. Again, I'd already known about like some of the things, but when I put the subtitles on and I realized that he said "License to Kill," I was like, I had to rewind it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
How was it spelled out on the captions? License to Kill?
I don't know. It's License.
Oh, wait, put the R.
It's RICENSE.
The Netflix people auto-generated it, and Guy Ritchie's like, no, that's not what that says.
Well, think about it. Okay. Like if it's because I feel like with subtitles, you just have to get it from the script. Like, yes, you got to get what the person said, but you also need to like go to the script. So Guy Ritchie can't put license in it and then tell Hugh Grant like, well, do it like an Asian person would. He can't do that.
Right.
But if he puts RIC, license, it's like, I don't know. Like it's just Guy Ritchie dictionary. That's just how I talk,
Mm-hmm.
But you can't make Hugh Grant, like, you can't give him the explicit instruction of, like, oh, no, it's like license, but
say it Asian. Hugh Grant's like, what do you mean, how? He's like, I don't know. How do you think?
Yeah.
Just puts him on the spot to be a little racist.
Which also is crazy because he just did Aladdin.
Right.
Like he just worked on Aladdin, a Disney movie, and then he does this.
Yep.
So I think, this is just him.
He's proving that Disney didn't take his soul.
Right. He's like, I'm not a sellout.
Yeah.
Like I'm back, baby. I just made so much money. I'm buying pubs. I'm making grills, and I got a license
to kill.
Yeah. If we get canceled and this movie doesn't, I'm going to be pissed.
It's all Guy Ritchie's fault. Don't blame us. It's Guy Ritchie. Cool thing about Hugh Grant, speaking of him, he filmed all of his scenes with Charlie Hunnam in 5 days. It was over 40 lines of dialogue. 40 pages of dialogue. I think it was like around close to 45. They shot it in less than 5 days. It's like 4.5 days.
Ray?
Yep. With Ray and Fletcher. Those scenes shot in 4.5 days.
That's so awesome.
And the way they were able
just
to
shows me right there that they really were just kicking it on this set.
Yeah, they said it was super stressful, like a grind, but Hugh Grant brought it. Like Charlie Hunnam had huge respects for Hugh Grant when they had like an interview together. They were like, he's like, dude, he came and brought it. Like he really got the shit done. And the way they were able to do it is that while they would rehearse, they did a lot of rehearsals. They didn't do a table read like a normal movie does, where you kind of just get the flow of the movie, hearing how everybody performs it, seeing how the story works with all the actors, the chemistry and all that kind of stuff. They didn't do that. Instead, they did full dress rehearsals where everybody was in their costumes. They had a multi-camera crew there to film it. So as they would read the draft of where they're at with the script, Guy Ritchie would watch the scenes, watch it all, and then rewrite the script from there to see how it actually flowed. So he was able to like almost pre-edit the movie beforehand to change what he needed to. And that's how they were able to get that done so quickly because they already had it all mapped out. The characters were kind of familiar with their lines. They had probably some line changes still, but they had a good rehearsal, so they kind of knew the pace of it and how it needed to go. So they were just able to bang it out really quickly on set to get everything filmed.
No, that's awesome. 4 days is insane to me.
Yeah.
That's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
But
for over 40 pages, he had monologues. You know what I mean? He had to go for long periods of time. So he had a lot of memorization. And I heard this story. I didn't really fact check it too much, so I don't really know the details of it. But I did see a story where Hugh Grant said before filming, he had like a cheat sheet to help him go through his lines so he wouldn't forget them. He came up with some process, I would assume, to make him memorize the lines better. But the night before shooting, somebody broke into his car and took the lines.
What?
He not took the lines, but took his cheat sheet. So he just had to go into it just like, all right, I hope I fucking know this.
Damn.
And then they did it. So shout out to Hugh Grant, professional.
Hugh Grant, he is from America, correct?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's like, yeah.
I'd like to fact check
This
that.
is bad because he's so famous. English. We'll cut that.
What the fuck?
He's an Englishman.
Okay, never mind.
Well,
Cut. And I don't know why, but I feel like years ago I read something about how like Matthew McConaughey tried to do a British accent for this film, and then Guy Ritchie was like, "Nope,
You're an American, buddy."
yep,
I mean, he doesn't
not
look
true
English.
at all. It's just not true. I looked it up like before we did this episode, and I'm just pissed because I always thought that was like a cool fact, and I looked it up. It's like that. Where'd you hear that?
Oh, so that was one of those.
Just one of those. I'm like, how did I just make that up? Of course, the thing about Matthew McConaughey with a British accent is insane.
Yeah, when you think of American actors, number one comes Matthew McConaughey. He is the most Texan American.
Yeah.
You could argue that Texas is the most American state. Represent. But
nice.
So you have McConaughey from Texas, a Texan. Like literally when you think like if people from around the world, if you ever travel like worldwide and you ask somebody, like I'm from the States, like, oh, we're from Texas. Like most people just know Texas because it's such a giant state. Like it's literally bigger than fucking the UK.
Yeah.
The entire state. So when you think of McConaughey, you think Texas, America. So you can't have him be a British guy. That would just take away from the whole persona he brings on screen.
Oh, yeah.
But it's cool in that interview with when they were breaking down the scene, but really just hanging out.
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie was talking about the fashion that he wanted everybody to wear. And so he had really detailed stuff. I think all of Colin Farrell's like tracksuits were all custom by this custom designer. So they were all, custom suits.
He's fitted.
He wanted McConaughey to kind of have the whole Englishman look, but also still Americanized. So he wears like American, like a dress wear with like the suit jacket and all that, but it looks English with the colors. And so they really put like a lot of effort in like how these characters look.
Yeah, because I don't know jack shit about fashion, but I will say,
I can
like,
see by your shirt.
Yeah. You don't like my gray strong shirt?
No, I love it.
As long as he's fighting, so will we.
By the way, some kid had cancer and you thrifted that shirt and just are repping it and just changing.
I actually, I was given this shirt as a gift. Somebody else found the shirt and then gave it to me. That was like 2 years ago, and I wear the shirt probably once a week.
Do you ever think about the child that shirt's meant to have?
I know. I looked up the hashtag. I could not find who Gray was. I would love to like show my support, but I could not find. So I don't think this actually did much.
For audio listeners, Gray's wearing a gray shirt that says hashtag Gray Strong, and the bottom says, as long as he is fighting, so will we. That doesn't ring cancer, child. I don't know what does. No disrespect.
In a way, I am doing my part right now by wearing this shirt on this episode. Now, God knows how long or how old this shirt actually is. But as long as he's fighting, so will I. I will fight for all my Grays. Anyways, back to not knowing jack shit about fashion. I will say Matthew McConaughey does somehow, I don't know how exactly, maybe you can help, but like I can see that he is not dressed like the rest of the Englishmen.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can tell that's an American right there.
Yep. I don't know exactly either, but
let us know in the comments what you noticed and what we're missing.
He's not wearing tracksuits like this guy's dressed English with this. He has I don't even know what the fuck you call that. It's a
trench coat.
Yeah, like a trench coat, I guess.
Yeah.
They're wearing trench coats. They have scarves. They have much fluffier apparel. I guess just more English looking stuff. And then McConaughey's dressed very American businessman.
Yeah.
But still with that grayish look that an Englishman wears most of the time. where you think of Englishman, he has that same color scheme, but still a little bit American.
Yeah.
Just to portray that he's this cowboy out in the UK, making money off these lords. Oh, and then the cool thing about Colin Farrell too, with him saving scenes and all that kind of stuff, all of his little fighting team, the actors that compose the toddlers, what they're called in the movie, Colin Farrell acted as sort of as a mentor for them, because a lot of them, it was their first time or they were new to acting. So on set, they were asking him for notes. They were like, he was like mentoring them and guiding them through their role of how they become better actors while on set. So again, Colin Farrell being there to save the day. He just is a professional with so much range that he can offer these new actors a ton of game. Because, I mean, it obviously worked, because when you watch the scenes, they don't look like they're new actors. They look like they're just any other actor.
Dude, yeah, that's
no bad performance.
Insane role to have if you're just now cracking into the entertainment industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the toddlers. Like, bro, yeah, you got to be able to do flips, fight. You have to be funny. You have to land your line. I don't know. Like, that's just a big ask for some beginners, and they crush it.
Yep.
So I guess thanks, Colin Farrell.
Shout out.
Without
Colin
you,
Farrell.
this movie sucks, which is nuts. I guess is kind of a crazy thing to say, but maybe true.
Nah, I don't know. McConaughey still brings it. Every performance that dude has, he fucking brings it.
That's very true. Very true.
I don't know how he does it. He's one of my, we know this. This is pretty common knowledge with me and you, but definitely one of my favorite actors. McConaughey.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is an older episode we did, but I think it was our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah,
we watched Reign of Fire, which is a stupid movie. If you haven't seen it, it's awesome. It's really dumb plot, but it's really awesome.
It's really awesome. Yeah.
It's a stupid ass plot, but it has Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey just brings his dumb character to life, and you're like, that guy is fucking badass. It's like such a corny character.
Yeah.
But because you have McConaughey in it who took it super serious, that shit is fucking, you believe it.
Yeah.
It's like a cartoon character almost, and you just believe it's real. You're like, that guy's killer.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
That's why I was so mind blown whenever this first came out, because I was just like, wait, what? Guy Ritchie and Matthew McConaughey? Like, how?
Yeah.
How is this going to work? I was actually nervous about a British accent for Matthew McConaughey. I was horrified of that thought.
He hasn't done any accents, has he, in his movies? It's always Southern drawl.
Bro, with a voice like that.
Yeah, you can't be changing that shit.
Yeah, you can't take that away. That's like the whole. It's bread and butter for Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
I mean, just that Southern twang.
Yeah, it's like Tom Cruise nowadays. You can't throw him in a movie and not have him do some type of badass stunt.
You can't have Tom Cruise not running.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. They're running.
Yeah.
And then a cool little tie-in too is that from Guy Ritchie's first movie, Snatch, he had Sting play a pretty big character in that movie. We did an episode on Snatch early on. Not that good of an episode, I would assume, but anyway.
You could go check it out. Let us know.
And then he had actually Sting's daughter in this movie. She's Laura, the heroin addict daughter of the Lord family.
The singer.
Yep. So she, the singer's girl or whatever, the famous guy who took the girl. I don't think she was a singer.
Her?
Yeah.
I thought in this film she's a singer.
Okay, maybe. I could be confused. I thought it was the other guy was the famous guy, and she just tagged along with the famous guy. Doesn't really matter. It's not really important detail. But anyway, that girl was Sting's daughter.
Who is she? Because she actually looks like she would be somebody.
She's Sting's daughter. Elliot Sumner, singer, songwriter, and actor. So I'd probably assume she was a singer, like you were saying.
I think she's a singer.
They are the child of musician Sting and actress Trudy Styler. And she changed her name because she's an actress.
She's professional.
Yep.
Yeah, she's got that look about her.
Kind of looks like Sting a little bit.
Yeah.
People say my dad looks like Sting.
Kinda. Huh. I was not expecting to agree right there, but yeah, kinda.
I love how they have the beginning of the movie where you think McConaughey gets killed.
Right.
It's very apparent. And then they sell that plot twist so much because in the scene before McConaughey gets killed, he's doing this voiceover narration. And at the end of his narration, he almost breaks the fourth wall and it finishes a sentence that he was maybe thinking or whatever the voiceover says. And he mentions his own demise. Like he talks about getting killed when he actually voices it out in the scene. So breaking the fourth wall. So it appears as if that's a foreshadow. And then he gets killed and you're like, oh, damn, I guess this is how the story ends. He gets killed. So as you're kind of watching the movie, there's a point and a part of you, or at least a part of me that I'm watching it where because I kind of forgot the ending, to be honest, when I watched it again.
Me too.
And so, I
couldn't remember. I was like, fuck, does Matthew McConaughey die?
I thought he died.
Yeah.
I forgot he lived. And so, which is great because then the plot twist, because you kind of are like, okay, I kind of know where the story goes. I've already seen the end. So like, what's going to happen at the end? It's got to be something good, or else why did I watch this entire movie? Like I knew the ending from the beginning. What's the big twist? If it's just like a creative way to get there, cool. But like, we've known it.
Yeah.
So like the twist isn't that good, but there's no twist in it, but there is a twist in it where he doesn't get killed. So that locks you back into the story for the last, I think it's like 30 minutes left in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a great way to start the movie off, to get your interest. And then right maybe when your interest starts to dip a little bit, you get that plot twist where Guy Ritchie's like, nope, he didn't die. Check out what happens.
Yeah.
And then it has like a beautiful ending to where all the characters end up triumphing. And it's just a fun way of how they're able to keep it one step ahead. You know, Guy Ritchie loves to have these criminal movies where there's all these plots coming around. The plot thickens and then one character comes out on top.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
That's just like why it is crazy that Guy Ritchie is able to pull this off. Like anybody else tries this style of like this non-linear, 1,000 things going on. Like nobody else can pull that off except Guy Ritchie. And I have no idea how.
Or Nolan.
Or Nolan. Okay. Or Nolan. Okay.
But not in this fashion though.
Not in this fashion. Like, I mean, bro, they are literally just a million things coming at you. And somehow you really don't, like, you don't have to be a pro movie watcher to like be able to connect the dots. Like you are able to keep up with this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy how that works. But then it is interesting. One of the things in this film that you're reminded of it like a few times, but you always forget it. It's the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, it's been in your face the whole time. Like Aslan is like this important character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you think about the scene of like when Ray goes to save the daughter.
Right.
And he even says, he's like, I don't know who this one is. You know, he's just talking about him. So like, that's a little hint of like, oh, this is somebody.
Yep.
And he's not just some write-off.
Mm-hmm.
Then he falls out the window. But everybody's like trying to like brush it off. Like,
right.
Like, oh, he comes from a wealthy family. It's like, we need to like pay attention to this part.
Yeah.
This clearly is important. But you do forget it until Fletcher.
Just like the characters forget it.
Yes. Until Fletcher like gets out of the little, I don't know, like
box.
The box that Ray puts him in. And he's like, you forgot about the Russians. And as the audience member, you're like, how did I forget about the Russians?
Yeah.
Like not only like kid falls out the window, Ray saying like, who is that? Like, I don't know who you are. Matthew McConaughey's character saying like, oh, he's like his dad comes from a Russian mob family. That's bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Aslan is in the free. There's a jump scare with the kid.
Yep.
When Ray opens to get the Wagyu steaks and you see Aslan, it's like, whoa, dead body, you know, and yet you still forget. And that's totally done on purpose. And I don't know how you actually pull that off.
Right. Because even in the genre of this crime type of movie that, you know, Guy Ritchie likes to make, there's always the different countries. Like you got the Asian gangs, you got the English gangs, and like the deep London ghetto gangs, and you got the Russians every time. Yeah. So like, why would we forget that about the Russians? They're obviously in this world. We're talking about crime in the UK. The Russians are definitely there. Yeah. So it's just funny that he's able to hide that from everybody. And you're like, oh, but Russians. He's really not hiding it. That's like my favorite part is Guy Ritchie is like, he like keeps feeding you little hints like, don't forget about this. Don't forget about this. And then it happens. And Guy Ritchie's just pretty much like, you forgot about it. Mm-hmm. How could you forget about the Russians? Right. The multi-million mafia Russian mobsters who lost a son. Mm-hmm. How'd you forget about that? Yeah, but yeah, that's just perfectly done. And then bringing to light that it's the Matthew is the one that was kind of orchestrating it from the beginning, or at least trying to orchestrate it to where he can come out on top. That's the investor, right? Or the business guy, the Lord. Matthew's the dude from the guy that he's just taking care of, the one that he like pays the roof for. No, this Jeremy Strong's character. Yeah, Matthew. Oh, Matthew. Yeah. How he like. Kind of just knows from the beginning that Matthew's trying to like destroy his business to buy it for cheap. Yeah, like you know, that gets revealed. You're kind of like, okay, that makes sense. He would be the guy to fucking do this. You know, it was kind of in your face the whole time where like, this has to be the leak. You don't assume so because of how he's been treating Matthew McConaughey, Mickey. Yeah, and that's just Jeremy Strong's presence on screen is like, he's really good at playing the slimy douchebag. Yeah. As that's pretty much what he's become famous for. Mm-hmm. He's good at that character, but just the fact that he's like,
And Mickey, you're a good chap. It's like, that is so funny that he says like that exact thing because he's not British.
Right.
So he is an American just trying to like, he's trying to talk like a British dude, but to another American.
Right.
So it's like, why? You don't have to do that.
Yeah, you slimy prick.
Yeah. Also, yeah, just the idea of like having like a big business meeting about taking down a $400 million worth drug empire, but at a big time like football club, excuse me, to any people in the UK that are listening to this, soccer game.
It's soccer. Fuck the rest of the world.
It's soccer, bro. We're two Americans talking. I'm not saying chap or cheeky. I'm saying soccer.
Or bloody.
Yeah. But like, obviously, like you're having a big conversation like that and you don't expect to be caught. Yeah. Go to the freezer and cut your arm off, you dumbass.
Yeah. All right. What do you chop off? A pound of flesh?
My arm.
Wonder how much like your whole arm? I'm not doing that. I'm going to fucking take piece by piece around the body. Maybe my little toe. See how much that weighs.
You don't have that much time to think. Also, you're giving yourself a lot of credit to think that you can just cut things off like.
No, I know, but I'm saying if you had to.
I'm just going to have to get it over with. Just one cut. Technology these days looking good. I'll go get a fake arm.
Yeah, like how much does a little toe weigh? Take off one little toe, maybe a little bit of your butt cheek. You could probably fill it with the butt cheek, like a little bit of a butt cheek. You could probably.
How much ass are you packing back there?
I got a dump trunk back here, son.
You don't have just a pound back there.
Easy. I got probably 20 pounds back there.
You think?
A pound's not that much.
I guess that's true.
Let's see. All right. This will give us a little reference.
Yeah.
See.
How much does an ass cheek weigh?
From a jacked dude.
Watching you type that was insane. How does a butt cheek weigh? And you spelled it W-A-Y?
I wasn't thinking. Okay. Well, obviously, it's determined by the amount of muscle and fat contained. Duh. Thank you.
Whoa. I saw 1.07.
That's hip. That's weights to hip ratio. Oh, shit. And in total, the average adult butt cheek skin and muscle is about 0.33 pounds. What? That's based on a 200-pound adult male, too.
Yeah, you ain't getting out of that freezer, pal.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess you gotta chop your arm off. Fuck that, dude.
That's why it is a pretty shitty situation to be put in.
Yeah,
there's a reason Matthew's not looking happy.
Yeah.
It's not, that's hilarious. If you were given this opportunity, you'd be like, I'll take some butt cheek off.
And you're like, I'm not even at half a pound. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck me. You go through all the pain of cutting your butt cheek off, like, oh, thank God that's done. Not even half a pound.
Yeah.
Fuck. Just take the hand. Just take my fucking hand.
Yeah.
All right, how much does the hand weigh? Last thing. Uh, 400 grams, 14.1 ounces. How many ounces are in a pound? We are dumb, so sorry for... So, oh my God. Wait, that's 1 ounce. What did it say? 14 point. Your hand is almost a pound.
All right, so I'll take off a little forearm and hand.
And just have
I'll go get a little pirate hook.
And just pray Elon Musk creates a fake Neuralink hand for you.
I'll just go pirate.
Ooh, a little hook on the hand.
Yeah. I'll be a pirate. I'm sure Guy Ritchie needs to do a pirate movie. Has he ever done a pirate movie?
There's really no pirate movies, to be honest.
How do we not have more pirate movies?
Besides like Pirates of the Caribbean, there ain't no other pirate movies, really.
You think? Let's look up some pirate movies. We got to be wrong on this. Pirates are cool.
Captain Phillips.
Not what I'm talking about. Nope.
Hook. Peter Pan.
That's...
See what I'm talking about?
No. What the...
It's all Peter Pan and Somalian pirates.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll get on that. I'll
there should be more pirate movies. The pirates are cool.
Pirates are cool.
It's a cool world.
It is cool.
Besides them all having sex with each other on the boat. Heard that theory?
You can make that cool. You can make that cool. It doesn't have to be as gay as you're thinking.
They love each other.
Yeah. You can put like some. All right, actually, I don't want to touch the subject. I don't want to touch the sex life of pirates. But yeah, Guy Ritchie should make a pirate movie. That'd be great.
But anyway, back to The Gentleman.
Yeah, what the hell just happened? Oh yeah, my whole point was that Matthew having a big meeting in a soccer game was just dumb.
Yep.
If you're getting into the drug empire, here's some key advice: stay in the shadows.
Learn from the Coldplay incident. The
Coldplay concert. Exactly. This shit's real.
Yep.
You can't be doing big time things in big time places. If you're doing big time things, you need to stay in your office.
Yep.
Yeah. Just hunker down, dude. Hunker down.
Another little thing that Guy Ritchie does in this movie is that he almost has some sort of self-awareness, and it's in the scene whenever Matthew McConaughey. I keep getting Matthew, the character, mixed. Whenever
Makes
Mickey,
sense.
McConaughey, and Matthew, Jeremy Strong's character, when they first meet each other sitting down for that dinner, whenever you get revealed how rich and powerful Matthew, the character, is.
Yeah. When you're getting the lay of the land.
Yeah. You are getting it from the storytelling of Fletcher's character.
Mm-hmm.
And so he skips over this part whenever they're like battling in this dialogue scene. They're kind of like, they're talking about, I think, clothing maybe or something like that. But he's like, they're not talking about clothing. This is like a thick size competition where they're trying to be the alpha dog, right?
Yeah.
But it brushes over it, but you don't actually get to see it, what they're saying. So it's either a lazy way to not write interesting dialogue, or it's a way to save the audience from like a lengthy dialogue scene that doesn't push the story forward at all, where it's just you get to have some actors saying some fun lines and it's just like a cool little moment there. So they brush over it. Maybe that's Guy Ritchie having a little bit of awareness where he's like, I'm not going to sit people through this dialogue scene. Let's just skip through it and get to the story.
Yeah, which
Let's get
sucks
to the
because
meat.
they definitely filmed it.
Yeah, and they know they brought it.
Yeah.
Or at least McConaughey brought it.
I know. Which sucks because for me, like, that is part of why I enjoy Guy Ritchie films of this caliber. Is like the dialogue. Like, these guys are just cracking me up.
Yeah.
You know, it's just they're having fun. So, but I get it. I'm sure there's a lot. Like, if he did like a full extended cut of this film, probably like 5 hours long.
Yeah. Every director wants that. Their 5-hour movie, the Snyder cut.
Yep. And you know what? I'd watch it.
I'd watch it.
Watch
the show. It dives a lot deeper into this world. It's pretty good.
I will. Yeah.
Easy watch too. It's like only 8 or 10 episodes or something.
I'll be on to that after I finish The Righteous Gemstones. I'm already on season 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's definitely Danny McBride's best show, I think. I haven't seen Eastbound and Down yet, but
yeah, I just had to after working with Jody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Guy Ritchie too in the movie, he builds up the tension so well in these scenes by like, he'll give you the stakes and all the tools available in the scene and then progress it to where it gets like worst case scenario. The main scene is whenever his wife is getting stormed by Dry Eye and his goons. And she has that little paperweight that they mentioned in the beginning of the movie. And she only has 2 bullets in it. So you know that's the case, but there's 3 guys in the deal. So she has the power of the scene until she uses her 2 bullets. And you're kind of like, fuck, it's game over now.
Yeah.
Like she's definitely done for. So it's like a good way. Like there's a few other examples that he has where he just like builds the tension up pretty well. And I think another one is whenever it's when Fletcher first meets Ray in his house. When he wants him to play a game, he's like, play a fucking game with me, Ray. And then
I love that.
And then you hear the kettlebell, or not the kettlebell, tea kettle?
Yeah.
Kettlebell. You hear the tea kettle start to go off.
Texas.
Yeah. You hear that kind of start to go up. So that, again, builds attention. So even though it is very stylish, Guy Ritchie is having fun, he still shows his mastery and his filmmaking ability to raise stakes, bring tension up, have fun scenes where you're like locked into the intense moment because as an audience, you fully understand what's at stake and what's here that's usable. You know, like there's no like saviors at the end besides McConaughey coming in to save the day for his wife, but still that makes sense still. So like everything, he brings it all in a perfect story to where you can like see what's happening and then watch it unfold in interesting ways.
I would love for either you or for somebody to help me like clarify this, but that is one question that I do have is that, so when Mickey walks into the office where it looks like Dry Eye, for some reason, it's just like, fuck it, I guess I'm going to have sex with her now too.
Yeah.
Just like worst case scenario. Here's the thing. It was the Russians that failed on the assassination attempt of Mickey
Mm-hmm.
when he's at the bar at the beginning, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And then, so did Dry Eye have nothing to do with that?
I think Dry Eye was an outsider trying to take over the industry.
Did Dry Eye collab with the Russians to take down Mickey?
I don't think so.
Then,
No, he was working with
then,
Matthew.
Then that's kind of crazy for Dry Eye, or maybe stupid, which maybe is kind of the point, is that Dry Eye is just a dumbass kid
Yeah.
who's in over his head.
Right.
Because if you're going to go after the most powerful man and his wife,
Yep.
and you're going to where she works, and it's been established that Mickey hangs around that car shop,
Yep.
and you're going in there with 3 of your goons, and like you don't know where Mickey is,
Mm-hmm.
like you don't have eyes on him.
Right.
That's just like, that confused me.
Yeah. I think it's probably,
He's just a dumbass kid.
yeah, it causes the fact that he's biting off more than he can actually chew.
Yeah.
Like he thinks he's ready to be the boss, but he ain't the boss.
Yeah.
He's,
It's just, I mean, yeah, like if I'm going after a guy's business and then I'm going to go after his wife, I'm going to make sure that there's no shot that guy catches me with his wife.
basically the whole message of this movie is just don't fuck with the gentleman. The gentleman in the crime world, just don't fuck around. You can't scheme with these guys. These guys created the schemes.
Yeah.
McConaughey literally developed this genius plan to create a giant weed empire that's illegal inside of the entire country of the United Kingdom. You think you can play him?
And he did it with a machete.
Yeah. From
Just
a
in
young
the early
age.
day, yeah.
He's been in the world, rose to the top from
And
day one.
stayed there, yeah.
And stayed at the top.
Yeah.
You think you can play him? No. If you're a journalist and private investigator who has all the dirt you can, you still can't play these guys. They are unreal.
True enough. And if that was the point, then I'm okay with that. I could see it, because Dry Eye's whole thing is that he's like a young pup trying to get into a big dog world.
Yep.
And all the big dogs are telling him, stay away, little pup. And so if that's the case, then that's the case. But if I am missing out on something, I would appreciate it if somebody told me, no, this is why this is why Dry Eye was surprised when Mickey walked through the door.
Yeah. It's caught red-handed. I mean, you're doing the most
In the
evil
worst
act, and then you're
position
like,
too.
oh God.
Yeah. Like, is the look of surprise, like the look on Dry Eye's face when Mickey walks through the door,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like surprise. But is it like, oh shit, like you're here? Or is it like, oh shit, I for some reason forgot about you?
I don't
so
think he forgot about him. I think he's just dumb and was like, fuck you, I'm gonna fucking, disrespect Mickey, fuck you.
Yeah.
To the wife, and then gets
All
caught
right.
red-handed like a little child.
Yep.
Breaking into the cookie jar.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Let's rate this thing.
All righty.
All right, Gray, what is your official rating? And again, if you are listening, you can follow along with us. We have 5 categories: acting, writing, editing, cinematography, enjoyability, all out of 10. Give your scores, add them up, divide it by 5, and that's your total score. Follow along with us. Drop it below in the comments of what your score is. We'd love to see them. So, Gray, what is your score?
My score for The Gentleman total is a 9.4 out of 10.
Nice.
Acting, 10 out of 10. Everybody in this film brings it. It's awesome.
Yep.
Just the bet. Writing, 10 out of 10. I don't know how Guy Ritchie comes up with this shit, nor I don't understand how he executes it as he does, but damn, he does. Editing, 9 out of 10. It's fucking good. Cinematography, 8 out of 10. Enjoyability, 10 out of 10.
There you go.
This film rocks. I'm just so happy that something like this came out in 2020.
Yep.
Just very refreshing. Guy Ritchie again, I think this was just his reminder to the world of, like we said earlier, he's not some Hollywood sellout doing Disney movies.
He's having fun.
He's Guy Ritchie, and he just made a bag, and he's still got it.
Yep.
So 9.4 out of 10. I love this film.
My total score is an 8.4 out of 10. Acting, 9.5 out of 10. Super solid acting and fun characters to play, to watch them on screen. Writing, 8 out of 10. I think there's a lot of style. Like, it's a really good Guy Ritchie film, the way he brought it all together, but he does add his own flourishes on there that doesn't add much to the story. It's just him having fun. So I'm not gonna say that's perfect writing because he's having fun. But again, so I give it an 8 out of 10. Editing, 7 out of 10. Again, there's a lot of stylish choices that don't make the product the best, but it is fun because it's just Guy Ritchie having a blast. So, I should give it a 7 out of 10. Cinematography, 8.5 out of 10, and enjoyability, 9 out of 10, giving me a total score of 8.4 of
Solid.
The Gentleman.
Solid film. Thank you, Guy Ritchie.
Yep. All right. You got any final thoughts?
Just don't be a cheeky cunt, mate. That's about it.
I have one final thought here, and it is that another, Guy Ritchie added so many little flourishes in his movie to kind of call back to himself. But one Easter egg in the movie is that the title of Fletcher's script over this whole story is called Bush, which was one of the working titles of this movie when Guy Ritchie was working on it.
Of Gentleman?
Yep. The Gentleman became the final title, but as he was working on it, the original title was Bush, which is what they call the script that Fletcher has in his hands. That he sells to Miramax at the end of the movie. It's a little Easter egg he dropped in there. And he also had this movie. It was like he wrote it like 10 years ago of shooting it. He said
He's just had this.
he just had it. He just didn't make it.
What the hell?
And again, like it's 10 years old, so it makes a little bit more sense of why he was having to rewrite during shooting, because 10 years ago he's probably learned quite a bit as a writer, and so he tweaked some things that he found didn't work as well, or maybe wasn't as good. So
it's a pretty nice script to just have in your back pocket.
Yeah, I wonder how many scripts directors have or writers have in their back pocket that just they haven't gotten made or
endless.
Whatever it is, they just decided not to have it. Because I think it was Robert Rodriguez talking about hanging out with Tarantino. Tarantino, his whole writing process is he'll write a scene, and if he doesn't go past the scene, or if he's not in love with it, he just kind of scraps it. And it's like, it's obviously isn't my next movie. I'm not that passionate about it, so I'm done. And so, there's some stuff that he just throws away. And I think Robert Rodriguez said one time he like picked up one of his journals or, an idea that he wrote or a scene and reads it. And he's like, dude, it's like, you're throwing this away. He's like, can I fucking have this? Like, holy shit. Like, this is a great scene. You're not going to make this a whole movie? He's like, nah, I don't really like it that much. So, Tarantino obviously has just probably endless amounts of premises and concepts and scenes that he will maybe work later into other movies. Because a lot of his earlier stuff, he would pull characters and different ideas that he's had prior. So he probably would write just a bunch of different scenes. He said he wrote I think he said Tarantino in the beginning of his career, he had like 30 unfinished scripts that he written before he finally finished True Romance. And so
crazy.
Like that was like his writing school essentially. And
yeah.
So, he's probably got so many premises and ideas that he's never finished that are really cool. They're probably really awesome Tarantino movies, but for whatever reason, he's just not compelled to finish them and dedicate 2 years or 2+ years into making it. Yeah. So I'm sure Guy Ritchie's, he's the same. He's one of those writer filmmakers.
Definitely. Guy Ritchie, man, you ever see this? I'd love to buy you a beer. I even buy your beer.
Yeah.
But
we got to import the Guy Ritchie beer, see what that's all about.
I'd love to. Yeah, this movie definitely makes me want to just like go get dressed up in a nice suit, go have whiskey, neat, with a cigar.
And a little jaunt. A little smoky smoke. In respect for The Gentleman.
I don't even puff no more.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Comment below your thoughts on The Gentleman. Let us know what you love about the movie. Let us know anything we missed. We will see y'all next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give us a little review on Apple or Spotify if you're listening there. We'll see y'all next week. We're out.
Trying to buy my next meal. Seems all I do is drive. And when the boss man sends my next check in the mail, I'll have enough for closing time. And I've been cussing like a sailor since I ran out of weed. My tank is running dry, so I'll head on down to the railroad track and tell that man I need a ride. He says you're just in luck 'cause there's one more seat. There's just one more thing before you proceed. Just throw me a 5 and we'll call it a deal.